You guys bummed out that it was me instead? I'm Bill Hader. That wrote this song. Hey, I'm bringing out now. Ladies and gentlemen, co-writer and director of last two movies and the next one you're going to see, Mr. Edgar Wright. Bill Hader. Now, now, ladies and gentlemen, I bring out Mr. McFall. We're going to be sitting here throughout the screening, actually. It's going to be live DVD commentary. We're having an episode. And now, ladies and gentlemen, what if I guess we just did it? Simon Pegg!
Friends. I just spotted a guy over here with a Japanese peace lily.
Can we smash it on our heads? The leaves are deadly poisons.
But seriously, man, you gotta get that out of here.
Yeah.
Sorry,
If the spore bags go off, there's going to be a lot of death. The spore bags. They'll make this noise.
This is great. I'm very excited to have you guys here. I'm a big fan of the last two movies.
I wish this sofa was less comfortable.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. This is good. I'm happy you guys are here.
This feels like the most amazing home theater of all time.
Yeah, it's like the opposite, actually. We're just looking at that, like, hey, this audience is great.
Yeah, we are.
Should I read some questions?
Yeah, whatever you want.
How was Shaun of the Dead in Part 5?
You guys are really fantastic and really good acting, and then somehow in the films, good acting, and much better than the thing I like about your movies, just as an overall thing in both these, is that it's high joke ratio, tons of hard jokes, which are very good, but it's also like they're incredibly personal, and there's a great emotional story to it, which is really, really, really hard to do. And you guys do it seamlessly. How do you do that? I'm looking at you.
It says that it's how to do seamless emotions. I don't know. I feel like with all of these films, we kind of hopped on to a sort of genre trope in order to say things other than that aren't related to zombies or cops or in this what you'll see in the world. And it's a way of saying slightly more important things.
Hey, I'm not sure how long this could go on for. So. Well, we've gone tomorrow, haven't we?
What a lovely guy. Coming back home. The couch. Very nice couch.
The biggest stars in British cinema. Bigger than my waist. Are you going to tell me some juicy steaks on my whole cow?
Each of your calves is a whole Statham.
Oh,
yes. But to answer your question as well, I think one of the reasons that all of the emotional stuff comes through is I think because the personal stuff is because we take it from our lives. I think sort of like Shaun of the Dead we always said it was like a...
We had a fight with zombies, didn't we?
Fight with zombies. Apart from the zombies, though, it was almost like Shaun of the Dead is like a 99-minute apology for being a lazy boyfriend. Yeah.
To you.
To me. As a
Nick
lazy
would never go anywhere other than the Shepherds, which is what the Winchester's based on. And Edgar always wanted us to go, come into town, come into town. Why, well, there's only 10 paces from our house, why would we want to go into town? And also my wife, my then girlfriend, now my wife, Maureen, she would often lament the fact, but then eventually we drew her in, didn't we?
Tell them where you had your first date with your wife.
I had my first date with my wife, Maureen Pegg, mother of my gorgeous daughter, Matilda Pegg, at the World's End in Camden. And it was a very, very romantic night. We drank Goldschlager and went back to their place in the park. And the rest is history. Good times.
Next time I see her, I'm
I know something you don't know.
yeah. I'm going to read one of these questions. Yeah.
These are questions from people in the audience.
All right. Shaun of the Dead.
This film Shaun of the Dead wrong.
Say it. Who did it? Raise your hand, bro. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz were both inspired by other films. What films would you recommend to see to fully appreciate the world in?
I think you should just go and see any bad film that's on release at the moment and say, fucking that was terrible. Say, oh god, the world's end was so much better. I think, you know what, I mean, I think that we there's lots of films that sort of inspire us, but especially with this one, we never want it to make it sound like there's a required reading list for the movies. They've got to work, what was really cool with Shaun of the Dead is for a lot of people, Shaun of the Dead was the first zombie film they'd ever seen. And in fact, it ended
it's the first one my wife had ever seen.
Which is good, because then if you like it, you think, oh, I might want to check out George Romero's films. I think it's
did not happen. I got right into Dawn of the Dead, and then just that opening shot, and she was like, nope.
Your wife ever said, I really want to see Lucia Fulci's The Beyond.
No.
Yes.
You know, my wife did what? Spaced. That's good. But you do need a manual of all the references.
I think that this new one is that a lot of the sci-fi references are sort of gleaned more from 50s and 60s and 70s stuff that was on TV a lot as kids, both films and TV shows. But weirdly, there was only 2 movies that we actually watched before we started writing. They were both reunion films. One of them was The Big Chill. And one of them was this Gene Kelly musical called It's Always Fair Weather, directed by Stanley, which is a great movie. Which is a film about wartime buddies that reunite 10 years after VE Day and realize that they have nothing in common. And so
yeah, you should see it. It's the same team who did Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
We kind of had this idea that the World's End was like The Big Chill if the corpse came to the party. That would make sense to you in 2 hours' time.
Next question. I heard there was an exhibit of cool fan art for Cornetto trilogy. What was it like? What were some of your favorite pieces?
This is, I don't know if you guys know the Festival Gallery 1988 on But if you haven't, they did a show for my movies. Essentially, they were really if it wasn't for Scott Pilgrim, it would be our movies. But it was basically everything that I've done and
Been on tour for 6 weeks.
But it was amazing. It was overwhelming to see all this art. It's actually the exhibition's still on for another 3 weeks. Me and Simon went down early, and we spent rather too much money buying quite a few.
You know what it's like when you walk into a gallery and every fucking picture is you. Old feeling you get. We've all done it, you know. It was incredible. It's all dedicated to Edgar's work, so there's stuff from Sam Peters versus what was it? That Kung Fu Kids film he did. What was that? Kung Fu Kid versus.
It's called Three Ninjas Strike Back.
That's it. No, it was extraordinary and wonderful. It's an amazing thing that to inspire anybody in any way is an amazing thing. But to have people come up with their own takes on it and their own sort of little twists on what Edgar's done and what we've done. It doesn't get better than that as a sort of vindication of what you've done. You know, it's the best thing you can do is leave what your film, your TV show, your music, whatever, with someone long enough for them to want to do something because of it. And that's, I mean, it's better than Goldschlager and sex. I wouldn't tell my wife that, but
it's true though that anytime I see one of your films, I walk out. My wife and the film you guys are about to see. I saw last night. We said the same thing.
You come out and do a drawing of us.
It makes you want to make movies. Like you see it and then you go, oh, I like watch that, and I go, oh, that is like what, whatever. I saw Evil Dead or Raising Arizona or something growing up, and I was like, and then you want to go get a camera and start making shit with your friends. That's what you guys. It just has that kind of,
it just has 5-minute warning. Is there going to be a nuclear explosion?
This would be quite a good place to be during a nuclear attack, I think. And Cinerama Dome is a safe place to be.
1,000 kiloton you. No, we'd all be toast. The bees might hatch. There's 50 yellow jackets up there.
This is a leftover promotional item from 1980 when they premiered Michael Caine's The Swarm.
Yeah. If you get into there's a pub in the film called The Beehive. When you get in, it becomes a full-on surround 4D.
Well, the two of you may get covered in royal jelly. Enjoy that.
Okay, real quick, last question. You guys have been friends a while. What is it like working together? And when you met, did you hit it off immediately? Quick, we have less than 5 minutes.
Me and Nick met long before we started working with each other. We were friends for 5 or 6 years before I managed to cajole him into coming and being in space. And I only did that for 2 reasons. One, because he was the funniest person I knew when I was a comic, and all my friends were comics. And what would I say? One or two? Two, because it meant that we could hang out more. And I thought, if you come and be in my TV show, we don't have to not be together. Yeah. and that's how he got into space. So we were already, serious chums. And also, you kind of meet. I don't know. I feel you gravitate towards people I feel like that about you in a way. About. It doesn't matter where you're born on Earth. You will gravitate towards the people that make you laugh and you enjoy being with them. And I think that's true. Edgar and me were actually in the same movie cinema in 1988, was it? Nine, the premiere of Akira. We were both in the same room. We didn't meet for another 6 years, but it was like, nearly.
You heard him going,
I did. Stupid laugh.
I was like, who is that? Who is that?
Turning me into a motorbike.
Sometimes when you're at home and you're watching like a comedy show on TV, you can hear Edgar in the audience, and I know that he's gone to watch it. It's true. You can hear him on Little Britain Black Books.
I was doing the cold open for Saturday Night Live, and I was like, oh, Edgar's here. Live television going, oh, Edgar's here. He's like, we have 2 minutes. During the writing process, how do you decide what dialogue or actions will be repeated or mirrored later in the movie?
Well,
That's an 8-minute answer.
we do a lot of, you probably know in Shaun of the Dead, apart from the lady who, there was the lady who saw it for the first time. Oh, you're there. Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Good!
That's a relief.
No, not really.
Nope.
Let's give a round of applause for the lady who lost her Shaun of the Dead virginity. There's a bit in Shaun of the
If
Dead.
you lost your Shaun of the Dead virginity, you've probably got red on you.
mean, that's it. You gotta go.
You should never come back.
But there's a thing in Shaun of the Dead that we continue doing at Arclight and in World's End. Like, so if you don't get all of the foreshadowing in World's End, all it means that you have to see it another 2 times at the theatre this weekend. I swear to God, that's all we ask, is that you see it 3, just aim to see it 3 times.
Somebody tweeted me and seen it 12 times in 21 hours.
What?
Yeah.
Tell them though, like, if you haven't, you probably already know this, but there's a thing in Shaun of the Dead where Nick has a speech in the Winchester, which basically, like, foreshadows the entire movie. Simon, do.
He says, we'll have a Bloody Mary first thing, which is fighting Bloody Mary in the garden, and then, help me.
Then it's like, we'll grab a couple of the little princesses.
Grab a couple of the little princesses.
First one is get a bite of the king's head.
Get a bite of the king's head, which is Philip getting bitten because he's the king, obviously the patriarch of the family. Pick up a couple of the little princesses, David and Di, at Liz's house.
And she's the little princess.
And she's the little princess because she's Sean's little princess. And then we stagger back to the bar for shots. So pretending to be zombies, and the shots is the gun going off. So that basically describes everything that's going to happen the next day.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's another one as well, like sort of in
We're
Hot
so
Fuzz, he
fucking
says.
pleased with ourselves.
I feel like that's what it's like when you guys are writing. That's what kind of that's what the
We do this a lot.
What shall we write today?
Let's foreshadow the entire film in a single scene.
How do we make a mouse trap of a screenplay?
When we're screenwriting, and only when we're screenwriting,
Crystal ball. David Bowie in the labyrinth.
when we screenwrite, we turn into James Mason.
Yes, we do. The thing is, we start very big, so that it's all on a big flip chart, and then we sort of see the beats in writ large, and then we get smaller and smaller and smaller. It becomes a screenplay, and then by the end of it, we're changing punctuation. So you have to look at it from a long way away first, and then when you get in close, you remember where everything is, kind of thing.
Did you do the flip chart thing on the DVD?
Yeah, in fact, we haven't done that for the new one. We're going to do that. We'll tell you some World's End stuff later.
Yeah, I think that's it.
It's time. It's time.
People also in other Arclight locations as well. This is a film that's been gestating in a weird way for like 20 years, because I went on a pub crawl. The first 5 minutes of this movie you're going to see is basically based on a pub crawl I did when I was 19. Where this like sort of sci-fi comedy turns into fantasy is in the idea that I could drink 12 beers. Because in my hometown where they had 15 pubs, I got through a pathetic 6, and the fact that I never finished that pub crawl is why we have this movie 20 years later. So anyway, thank you for applauding me being a complete lightweight. Simon Pegg.
I had some involvement in it as well. It's amazing really, 10 years it is since Shaun of the Dead, but we wrapped it 10 years ago last month, and to be sat here now in front of you guys is extraordinary for us, because we didn't even know if we'd get a copy of Shaun of the Dead on VHS when it finished, get it released in the cinema and get a release here in the United States of America. Just huge thanks for all your support over the years, for sticking with us, for getting excited about the films, and for coming out tonight. I'm not gonna get emotional. I think I'm not doing it. It's really weird. I felt something just going in my throat then. You blocked it. It might be the fact that I'm heavily sedated. I'm genuinely thankful, and I'm not going to make any jokes about it. You fucking rock, and we're lucky to be here. Thank you. Oh yeah, listen, some of you out there might, eagle-eyed people in the audience will get to see that I'm actually wearing part of my costume. This cardigan, in fact. This was one of 1,000 cardigans that we had made for the film. This isn't one of the stunt cardigans, this is one of the hero cardigans. It cost the production about 1.8 million. Most of them are now in private collections.
It's a fine merino wool, made in Turkey. Istanbul, of course, at this point being the centre of World Hurling It's warm, it's cool in the summer. I like it. Yeah, let's just intro the film.
Okay.
This is the first of 10 Q&As we're doing right now, so let's come back and do another one later and we'll talk a bit more.
We'll see you guys later.
If you want to chip up, it'll be late. We won't be offended. We'll tell her we will be.
These guys are going already.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
It's closed. He's going to murder me outside.
Hey, fuck me.
Straight to this motherfucker!
The world indeed ended tonight.
I'm just looking at the picture I took earlier as I drift off.
Are you guys ready to see the world's end? Coming out, so like just keep the vibe going for the next 15 minutes while they get his chairs out. But please enjoy the world's end. Yeah.